I just wonder, could you talk to us a little bit more about these lists of items that are and aren't allowed into Gaza? What's on them that might surprise people? And can there be any reason why, at this point in the conflict, Israel would start adding items like water purifying tablets to these lists?
Well, Israel is, it's a terrorist state. It's a state given to genocide. It's a rogue state. It doesn't listen to any international law. This is not something new. This is part of the DNA. It has always been part of the DNA to be genocidal, to cause harm, to cause mayhem, collective punishments, to make people suffer. And why I'm saying this is part of the DNA, let me give you a very clear example. You see, this is not something new to me. In 2002, it was me with the South African government, with the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, a man called Aziz Pahad, who were taking aid to Ramallah in 2002. Israel set down the conditions. We agreed to all the conditions. We fulfilled all the conditions. And it still took 12 weeks doing everything possible to delay the delivery of medical equipment to people who needed it most. Thus, it's an ongoing game they do. They change the playing field. They change the issues all the time. So what you're seeing, what we've experienced in 2002 is nothing new. We know that. We're used to that. We've been to Gaza before. We got an office there. The head of my office was murdered by the Israelis. His brother, a doctor, was murdered. 175 family members of my teams have been murdered inside Gaza. So we know the game that they play. The first lot of trucks that we tried to take across to cover a distance of 30 kilometers took 20 days. And they willy-nilly could decide, okay, today they decide they don't think they like medical scissors in the truck. And tomorrow they may not like coriander. And the third day they may not like chocolate. And the fourth day they may decide on something else. It's totally arbitrary. It's something they decide on the spur of the moment. The aim is to frustrate you because there's other 1,500 trucks waiting on the border. These drivers are driving for long periods of time, coming from Cairo to Al Arish, then they wait in the queue, and the queue is a long wait. And it's all about frustrating and hoping that at some point people will give up the notion or the idea of wanting to take aid into Gaza. But fortunately, the resilience of the drivers, the companies, and the people in Gaza is unmatched anywhere in the world.
Certainly, yes, we have seen some extraordinary stories of aid workers, and I'm so sorry to hear that some members of your team have died in this conflict, Dr. Suleiman. Of course, we're not hearing from the Israelis about why they might ban these items, but I want to talk about this ship now, which again we're seeing live pictures of as it departs Greek-administered Cyprus. Will what's on that ship, the food, how much of a difference can it make? And what do we know about how it will be delivered and even distributed once it gets to Gaza?
So that's the part people forget. It's not about getting aid through the border. It's about distributing aid within the border. That's the biggest challenge. You've made sure that you've bombed all the trucks, the ambulances, and to supply medical supplies. You stop UNRWA, you stop the logistics, the mechanism, and then you tell UNRWA are not organized. But Israel is the one that has made sure the system doesn't work. So it's about getting stuff to the border, but where's the trucks to deliver the goods? Where's enough? Many people have been killed. Where's the fuel to take the stuff to the areas? Big trucks can't move. You take donkey cart, small bicycles, small amounts of items. How long is that going to take to get to the people? And what about the people in the north? When there's 800,000 or 900,000 of them sitting in their homes. You spoke on your screen, I see, or one of your reporters spoke about the death toll being 27 from starvation. Those are the ones that you see. What about the ones that you don't see? The ones trapped in the buildings. We know, because our officers get called all the time. But we can't access the north. We can't get there. And when the aid arrives, airdrops were being done, but airdrops are falling and killing people. How much people access that aid? And when the aid comes, there's Israeli snipers and tanks shoot those people. So is this some kind of a game that we're playing? Yes, it is a game we play. It's something we know very well. It is a game that we are playing. It's good for public opinion. It's good to create the impression in the world that Israel is compassionate, caring, when actually they are real monsters. And all they know is death, destruction, and killing innocent people. People are coming out for prayer in the month of Ramadan and they're getting killed. So to answer your question, I don't know how much of that food will get to the people. From past experience, food is made to wait for, and medical supplies are made to wait for hours, or no, sorry, not hours, days, weeks, and months, to the point that you can't eat the food anymore, and the medical items are expired or not safe for use because of the type of conditions, the heat, and that kind of stuff. So this is not a new game. It's a game that we know very well, and all that stuff that's being sent, there's no guarantee that the people will really benefit from them.